Hello guys, welcome back to episode 9 of Swapto Pro. I'm pretty sure this is actually episode 8, but I'll just go check later on after. I'm pretty sure this is episode 8 of Swapto Godly, and as you can see, I've acquired myself some Barbaric Mage Armor and an Infernal Sun Staff. And with this here, I'm pretty sure we're gonna breeze through King's Castle pretty easily. So I'm not gonna do hardcore because I'm scared we get one-shotted, so let's see. If we do beat it without dying, I'll try to attempt hardcore, but if I know we can't beat it in hardcore, then I'm just gonna stick to grinding insane until we hit nightmare. Also, when I dropped that Infernal Staff from daily, it took like, I'm pretty sure it takes like 13 million to upgrade, and I'm pretty broke right now. I don't really have that much cash, so after grinding King's Castle Insane, I might be able to have enough cash to afford. As you can see, I only have 70k. Now let's see how this goes with our new setup. I don't have the helmet though, which is unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, we can easily go through these mobs pretty smoothly. This is why the Phantom Flames are essential for this dungeon, since like they're really good. But Firebomb also works too. Firebomb or Skull Flames works, but I feel like tick damage does like the Skull Flames, it does over time damage, but in total when you stack up that DPS, it does more damage than Firebomb. So that's why I like using the Skull Flames more. Or I could say Phantom Flames since it got renamed, or whatever. So far we haven't taken any damage, and I want to keep that up. And as soon as I say that, I get jinxed. But at least we know that we don't get one-shot by the mobs, which is good. As you can see, the Beastmaster's pattern isn't that really hard to predict. And we do around half of the Beastmaster's HP, so that's good. And there we go. And now this is where the Firebomb comes in handy, because for this room there's two groups of mobs, and there's like mages that like shoot you, so I would like to like kill these group of mobs with Firebomb and then Innervate. As you can see, just one-shots them. And I'm gonna switch to Phantom Flames and Innervate for this boss. As you can see, the Archmage is a pretty hard boss to... Yeah. That's why I didn't do hardcore, because I was afraid that I might die. Yeah. It one-shots. If I didn't put all my stats on spell power and put them some on stamina, I would be able to at least survive one hit from the Archmage. The Archmage isn't really that bad of a boss if you understand its patterns. If you don't, then that's gonna take you a while to actually get used to. As you can see, it wasn't that hard. If we had more HP, we could probably survive. And since we're not doing hardcore, we can just reset to save us some time. And there we go. And if you guys are wondering where I got this gear from, I got it from Daily and I maxed it out. I also got a bunch of warrior armor and stuff I didn't really need since we're since we swapped to mage, since it's a new dungeon, so I just sold that for gold to upgrade my weapon. This is gonna be our first completion of King's Castle. Now for the king, his stomps and his lava lashes do a lot of damage, so make sure not to get hit by any of those attacks, because they can potentially one-shot you if you're a glass cannon. And as you can see, we do around half its HP. And there we go. Now we just wait for the overtime damage to tick in, and we won! We also got an Infernal Sun Staff, which is not really going to be helpful since we already have a purple version. Now then, what I do want to do is I want to reset my stats, because I want to at least have like around 10k HP, maybe 12k. Around that much HP, because I will know that I won't get one-shotted by the Archmage when I do hardcore. So let's see our DPS right now. As we can see, you cannot really tell. I will use the firebomb then. Okay, that doesn't work as well. We're gonna go to the merchant. We're gonna go to the shopkeeper. Okay, we cannot tell our DPS, which is sad. But I'm pretty sure in the dungeon we'll know if we're doing too less DPS or too much DPS. So if I know that we do not do enough DPS, then I'll just come back to lobby and reset my HP till I have 10k HP. I want to at least... All I want to do is at least be able to one-shot the mobs with one Phantom Flames, and then I'll know that we are good. If I can't one-shot the mobs with one Phantom Flames, then I'm gonna have to go back to lobby and reset my stats. We've loaded into the dungeon. Okay, we still one-shot, which is good. Well, nothing really has changed. We still one-shot, but this time we have more HP now. Also, King's Castle is also going to be giving us a lot of EXP, so we're going to be leveling up pretty quickly from this dungeon, and we're also going to be getting a lot of gold. As you can see, we're still one-shotting, which is good. I'm pretty sure if you're doing I'm pretty sure when King's Castle first came out, you needed around 20k HP for DPS since like the first boss and the Archmage could one-shot you, but Ever since they nerfed dungeons from Desert Temple to Steampunk Sewers, it really hasn't been that hard to beat the dungeons anymore. And we missed one mob, which is unfortunate. If you're really good at dodging like this, you don't really need that extra HP since, as you can see, it took 0 damage. I didn't get hit once on the Archmage. But if you're like really like not confident like me, I suggest you guys go with like at least over 10k HP, so at least you survive like one attack from the Archmage. And there we go. We're at the king now. Having extra HP for the king is also pretty good because you can at least survive one of his attacks. Looks like we don't 2-cycle the boss anymore, which is unfortunate, but at least we know that we can at least like 2-cycle the bosses, like the first boss, the Beastmaster and the Archmage. And there we go. We got a Guardian helmet. I'm pretty sure if I max this helmet out, it will be much better than my Mage helmet. And it'll also get a HP buff, so I can reset my stats. So I'm gonna max out the Guardian helmet. Well, I know most of you are gonna probably yell at me and say, wait, why are you maxing out the Guardian helmet? Isn't it really trash? But I mean, like, it is gonna make a huge buff. It is gonna be better than our current Mage helmet, and it's also gonna give us bonus HP, so I'm gonna max this out. As you can see, it has like the same spell power, so I'm just gonna sell my old one. And also this chestplate that I dropped. Then now I'm gonna max out this Guardian helmet. Well, I don't really have enough to max it, but as you can see, I have 23k HP now. That's like more than enough HP. So now I won't have to worry as much of dying to the first boss or the second boss, since I have 20k HP, which is the required amount. I mean, it isn't really the required amount if you're like really good at dodging, but it's a required amount if you want to at least survive 1 or 2 hits from the bosses. Now you're now that we have more HP now, I have 706 gold now, which I don't think is gonna be enough to actually upgrade any of the stuff that I drop from here. I'm pretty sure now that we do more damage, we can probably use the fireball now. I'm gonna test it out. Ooh, barely. If I max this helmet out and reset all my stats, I could probably use the fireball to one shot. We took 3k damage, which before we had like 6k HP was like a lot, but now it isn't really that much anymore since you have this guardian helmet. We're gonna level up this dungeon, which is good. Now that I know that I can solo this dungeon pretty easily, I'm gonna reset my stats and also save up my gold for when we hit Nightmare, since we can pretty easily destroy these mobs. You got chain heal and you got another staff. Well, I'm gonna go back to the lobby and reset my stats so we can do the dungeon much easier. Now that I have enough gold to reset my stats, I'll put that all into spell power. We still have 11k HP from this Guardian Helmet, so I'm gonna sell all the trash that I do not really need and try to max out this Guardian Helmet, so then we'll be doing much more DPS. That's a 200 increase, so I'll put that. I'll clip that, and we're gonna hop into another King's Castle run. You might have disconnected. Well, we're gonna be rejoining the server